Is pressing pause on someone.
No, I was just checking. So what happens when the phone rings?
No, it's just switching on.
I'm busy.
Thank you very much. On that lighter note, we're starting with Itumeleng Khune, club captain. Itumeleng, just give us your impressions of what's going on with the camp and coming back from the loss, going to face Mamelodi Sundowns. In a nutshell, give us your impression.
Thank you very much and good morning to everyone. I think as players, it was a difficult pill to swallow after our results against Amazulu. So going into this week, we told ourselves that as hard as it is, we just have to put it behind us and start focusing on our next important home match against Mamelodi Sundowns, because we have to go out there and get the results that we want, which is a win at home. So it's very important that we forget about the past, we focus on the future.
Thank you. Members of the media, it's your turn to start. Going.
The unfortunate truth is that you guys go into this match as underdogs. But if you remember quite well, Sundowns, when they were running on into their 30-match unbeaten run, it's only Kaizer Chiefs that beat them in that season. If you look at the fortunes and look at, you just said now, it's not easy, as you know, after the Amazulu match. What do you think is a contributing factor to where Kaizer Chiefs is now? Looking at you, you've been with Kaizer Chiefs for quite a few generations, and looking at what you have now, and also tell us how far does the motivation of you being, the previous positive results goes into this match?
For us as players, I think since we started training on Monday, we've been highly motivated. And yes, we were a bit down, a bit disappointed of how we lost the match, because the coach had a plan. And we as players went onto the field and we made silly errors, silly mistakes that led into goals, and that's something that shouldn't be happening when you are playing for Kaizer Chiefs, making such errors. Because even our head coach was telling us about the stats, that out of the 20 goals that we've conceded in the league this season only, 13 of those goals we've given to the opponents. We made those errors in our last third and we gifted them the goals. And if we didn't do that, I think we would have been far on the log. So those are the kind of things that we need to avoid, which is silly errors in our own half. We play good football, we take the game to our opponents, but we get disappointed when we get in front of goals, because if you had to look at the stats, for first half only, sometimes we create more than 9 chances, but we'll only hit the target once. And that's something that needs to change. So going back to your question, I don't think being given the price tag that we are underdogs will affect us in our preparations. We are going to host Mamelodi Sundowns at FNB, and we urge our supporters to come in numbers and rally behind the team, because without them, we are nothing. So we pledge for their support, so that we can also go out there highly motivated and win the game for them, because they play a huge role in making sure that we perform and get the best results we want.
Charles from the SABC. Tine, what will it take for Kaizer Chiefs to survive the season? And what is the talk in the dressing room, starting with the senior players to the youngsters, because these are difficult times for the club?
I wouldn't really say it's difficult times. We ended the year on the right note. We won our game against Golden Arrows. And I think after that game, we relaxed a bit because I think we thought everything is going well. And going into our first league game of the year, 2023, we were highly motivated and highly confident that Sikhukhune is right at the bottom of the log and we're going to have it easy on the night. Unfortunately, they disappointed us by creating that one chance and they converted. And like I said, if you have to check all the stats, home and away, we're playing good football, we're creating chances, but unfortunately, when you don't convert your chances, these teams, they're only waiting for that one opportunity and they take it. So we have to remain switched on throughout 90 plus minutes so that we don't give them hope. We don't give them that opportunity to even hit the target. Because as a goalkeeper, you have to constantly communicate and remind the whole team that we need to stay switched on. So it will help us in our next coming matches. So for us, it's important that we stick together as a team and our fans rally behind us and things will take a turn and we'll get the positive results going forward. So we are not doing badly because I think we're still number 4 after 2 losses, but we are not happy and we are not proud that we've dropped 6 points out of the 2 matches, and more especially at home, because we told ourselves that this season we won't let any opponent come to FMB and walk away with 3 points. But like I'm saying, we are disappointed that first game of the year against Sikhukhune, we let them off the hook, and that shouldn't happen based on the agreement that we've made as a team.
Thank you, Ben.
Pitu, what do you make of the criticism that's been leveled at you in particular? There's been what some might say is some harsh words that you've been on the receiving end of, and the 4-0 loss against Amazulu also, there's some culpability from your side that's been pointed out. What would you say about that?
I think, to be quite fair, football is a team sport. And yes, when the team is not doing well, certain individuals will be labeled, will be given names. But I think that's what brings the best out of me as an individual, out of the team. Because as a leader, you can't run away from the situation you are facing. You have to face it head on, and other players look up to you as their role model. They look up to you as a senior member of the team, and if I shy away from the situation or from the criticism, that means I'm not willing to grow. So I'm willing to grow as a leader, I'm willing to grow as a footballer, and I'm willing to learn as a human being. So there's a lot of youngsters in the team that they can learn a lot from me. So with situations like this, I have to rise and I have to give better performances than the performance I gave against our previous opponents. So yes, we will be given names, but one game doesn't define an individual. I mean, I've played for over 2 decades. Yes, I've been given names before, but how I bounce back, it's more important. But again, I don't like talking about myself as an individual because we are a team and we will bounce back as a team.
Thank you. Last one for you too, before we get Clanty joining us.
Thanks. Mzansi, so the importance of finally getting that first win of the new year, especially playing at home.
Of course, like our boss, Bobby Mutaung always says, it's a marathon. And we can't always focus on one game and that game defines our journey. We have to continue playing our way of football. We have to continue playing to win. We have to continue playing to get the results. Yet we are playing good football. So it's important that going forward, not only against our upcoming opponents, we have to stick to our plan, because when we were preparing during pre-season, we knew exactly what we wanted. We knew exactly where we want to finish in the lock, and we set ourselves goals. So it's important that we stick to those goals, and every game that we play, we make sure that we remind each other of the importance of winning, because Kaizer Chiefs, as we all know, it's a club that is demanding from each and every individual, that is demanding, and not only from the club's perspective, but our fans also. They want the results. Every match we play, we never take anything for granted. Even when we go on the field to train, we train the way we play. We play the way we train. So it's important that we constantly remind each other the importance of where we want to finish 2022-2023 season, and we set the new goals for 2023-2024 season.
Thank you. Itumeleng Khune, a quick substitution with Atlantic. Thank you.